Let's learn how to solve pen tables. So my pen tables are capital PEN, stands for proton, electron, neutron. So we're going to be dealing in those subatomic particles as we solve these. Well, in this example, we're given the element name, so cobalt. So we need to find cobalt on the periodic table. Here it is. Looks like number 27. That's called my atomic number. Number 27 is my atomic number. And I want a nuclear symbol, which involves a few things. One is the symbol for the element name. So let's start with that. Turn on our pen. So capital C, lowercase o. You've noticed that all the elements on the periodic table start with a capital letter. If there's any more, those are all lowercase. So every capital letter tells me I'm starting a new element. And we said it's number 27. 27. That's my atomic number. Now I'm given this number 60 here. This is a way to write an isotope name where you have the dash and the number afterwards. That's called the mass number. So this particular cobalt has a mass of 60. We write the mass number in the upper left-hand corner. And the mass number is the number of protons, P+, plus neutrons, N0. Okay, so we'll come back to that later. First, let's finish our nuclear symbol. Our nuclear symbol will also include a charge. And so here I see the +2 charge. You can either write 2 plus or +2, doesn't matter. All right, my nuclear symbol's finished. Let's go on to my mass number. I'm given the mass as 60. Protons have a mass of 1 AMU. Neutrons have a mass of 1 AMU. We don't factor the electrons. They're too light. We don't care about them for the mass number. Okay, number of protons. My protons is the same as my atomic number. And so I can look over here. I see the 27. That tells me I've got 27 protons. What about electrons? Actually, let's come back to the electrons. Let's talk about neutrons first. Since we just discussed that protons plus neutrons equals the mass number, what plus 27 equals 60? In other words, 60 minus 27, and that equals 33. 33. Okay, how about electrons? Well, for electrons, we need to use the charge, okay? So we either give you the electrons or the charge every time. And I like to draw this picture of a balance because really the charge is best understood as the balance of protons and electrons. If they're completely balanced, they're the same, that means the charge would be 0 or neutral. If there are more protons, since protons are positive, it would tilt towards the positive side, more electrons, negative side. So in this case, I have a +2 charge, which means I have more positive protons by 2. Cobalt always has 27 protons, which means my electrons must be 2 fewer than that 25 electrons. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Element symbol P, we need to find that. And here it is, phosphorus. Okay, draw a box around that guy right here, phosphorus. That's the one we're worried about, and earlier we dealt with cobalt. This is the one we're on right now, phosphorus. And so my phosphorus looks like it's atomic number 15, and the symbol is P. I'm given the symbol. I need to write the element name, phosphorus. All right, my mass number. Well, my mass number is given to me right here. It's important to note the mass number is not the number underneath the element symbol. That is the average atomic mass. We don't use that when we're solving for mass number. Okay, that's just the average of all the isotopes. For this isotope, our mass number is 30. Okay, number of protons is always the same as the atomic number given here, 15. Elements are defined by their number of protons. All right, now I've got 18 electrons and 15 protons. Well, looking back up at my little balance here, that tells me I've got 3 more electrons. I have a negative charge because electrons are negative. I have 3 more than protons, so that's -3. It doesn't matter if you write the symbol before or after the number. -3, 3 minus means the same thing. All right, and finally, neutrons. What plus 15 equals 30? Because remember, the neutrons and the protons are the only things that we factor in for the mass number, 15 plus 15. Okay, let's finish our nuclear symbol here. Phosphorus has a question mark for the charge, we know now that's -3. Okay, my nuclear symbol for fluorine. Let's skip ahead here. Here's fluorine. Symbol is capital F. We saw the atomic number was 9. Looks like my neutrons, I've got 11. So that tells me my mass is going to be 20 because 9 plus 11 is 20. And my charge, 9 and 9 makes 0, so I don't need anything for the nuclear symbol. And that's how to solve a pen table.